Hey, what's going on, guys? It's nsprayandpraynick here, and today we're going to go ahead and do a bit of a review for you guys. I'm not going to be on the capsule replica for the iPhone 3G and 3GS, too early for that, but it is going to be on an iPod Touch product, which I haven't done one in a while. Let me go ahead and take my iPhone and stick that out there. I just thought I'd stick the iPhone out there, because it is a great case, just show it off a little bit. I don't know, yeah, might as well. But this is going to be a case from usbfever. It is a silicone / hard plastic case that usbfever sent me. It's doesn't really have a name to it. I'm looking at the boxing right now. The packaging, it really doesn't have a name, but this is what it came in. It's just an environmental phone case, and it is an iPod Touch 3G, 2G case. It doesn't really say much about what the case is called, but it is a silicone case. Let me go ahead and take the iPhone, not the iPhone, but the iPod Touch out of it, if I can. This will be the first time I'm taking this out since I got it. Go ahead and set the trusty old iPod Touch off to the side. Okay, this case is a hard silicone case. It's got a bit of a flex to it. It's kind of like the Switch Easy's silicone, kind of like that, but I don't know. I don't want to say it's not as hard. It's not as plastic feeling. It does feel like a plastic, but it's real flexible. It's kind of like an ice skin Solo, if you guys know what that is. And if you guys can see that, go ahead and put this up against something yellow. I guess, no, it's not going to show it to you. But it does kind of have a little bit of a swirl pattern. Yeah, you guys can see that. Up against the back of the iPod. It's kind of a nice little swirl pattern. I don't know what other patterns it comes in, because it may only come in this one, but I'm not sure. But as opposed to this case, where this is the DLO jam jacket for the iPhone 3G, 3GS, you can just squeeze it and it kind of forms really, really floppy. This case, you can't really squeeze it. It's a little hard plastic, not that floppy. It's really tough kind of plastic, and it's kind of hard to put on, but we're going to go ahead and put it on the iPod Touch. I like to go bottom to top with this particular case, just as to protect the bottom half of the case, which is not as strong as the top. Now, once you get it on, it is really form-fitting. It's really thin case. It's almost, it adds minimal bulk to it. It's got a nice lay on the table design. Not very thick plastic, but good lay on the table design. Drop protection on it, not that good. I would not drop it from up here. I might drop it from here and not have a problem. Just go ahead and set it on the desk if I've got a microfiber on my desk. But it's not like this to where I could just take it like that and not care. Okay? It's not as protective. On the bottom, as you guys can see, almost completely covered is your headphone jack and your 30-pin dot connector. On this side, you have your volume rockers, which are easy to get to. They work really nicely when you can find them on the side, along with the home sleep-wake button. The home button is completely open, not much covering around it, as opposed to this DLO jam jacket, which they do make one for the iPod Touch. I just don't have it. It's exactly the same, where you have this little button cover, which I enjoyed having. But as this does, that the DLO jam jacket doesn't. The DLO jam jacket has a little bit more of a lay on the table design, but it's a little bit more annoying with that, because I'm going to go ahead and open my iPod. Because when it goes to trying to move an application to another screen, say I'm trying to move this application to a different screen, so I'll do that tap and hold for the wiggle feature. It'll just be a little bit easier to slide the screen. On the DLO jam jacket, you have to move the case to slide the screen, which I really don't like having to do. It's not that hard. It's just a little annoying, and it's something that says the silicone is a little too thick. In and out of the pocket with this case is great. It's kind of like a plastic. It slides perfectly across this kind of microfiber, and when you go with the jam jacket just sticks and wants to pull it with it. So really easy in and out of the pocket. It's nice soft plastic. This is really thick silicone. This is not a lint catcher at all. It feels like plastic, so it's nowhere near a lint catcher. No flash really much anywhere on the case. Minimal bulk, like I said, which is great for you guys that just like to have your iPod the way it is, because this is a really thin device. I don't know a lot of you people know that, but it's very, very thin, and a lot of people like that thin device. This case keeps that device thin, as opposed to, let me go ahead and get this case out of here that I have sitting in here right now. as opposed to this Casemate signature case. It's a lot thicker. I mean, a lot thicker. I could probably fit this case. I could probably fit my iPod in this case with this case on it. That's how thin this case is. If it didn't add the width that it did, it would probably fit in here. That case is that thin, and people do enjoy that. I like that. So right now, this is my go-to case. I'm pretty much leaving that on there until I can probably find another in-case slider, because that's another great case for protection. And one thing that this case does really well is covers up your scratches. And it does show your Apple logo. So I can see the back of my iPod completely, but I can't see any of the scratches that my iPod has on it. And believe me, it has a load of scratches on it. In and out all those cases all the time. Just puts a little bit of wear and tear on it. Not as much as it would if I didn't clean my cases, take my iPod out almost every day and clean it. If I didn't do that, there'd be a lot more scratches on that iPod. But this case does do a good job of covering it up. So if you're a person that has a really scratched up iPod and you don't like that you can see it out of contour, I forget what that case is, but it's got a plastic backing on the back of it. In normal plastic cases, this is going to be a good case for you, because with this little kind of, I don't know what you call that, kind of like little rings all the way around it. That design that it has on it is really nice, and it covers up your scratches. It just shows your Apple logo. You can still see your Wi-Fi connector, and it's just a really great case, guys. I love it. It's going to be my go-to case again, and I'm going to say that again, go-to case until I can get another in-case slider for the iPod Touch. So, guys, what I'm going to tell you to do is go to www.usbfever.com, link in the video description for that. Check their cases out. They got some great cases for the iPod Touch, great cases for the iPhone, great cases for pretty much any iPod you could possibly have. They've got them from the 5th generation iPod, which is the first one I ever owned. Or I think they even have an iPod mini case. If you still have an iPod mini, which is one of the first iPods ever made, they have a case for that they sell. So go check them out. They have this case for the iPhone, this case for the iPod Touch. I do believe this for the 5th generation Nano, and so down the Nano line. But go ahead and check them out, usbfever.com, and go ahead and say it again. Link in the video description. More reviews to come. I got this Capsule Rebel review for the iPhone. I'm hoping to get one for this. I did do a trade with somebody. Hopefully it follows through. And if that person is watching, I did send your in-case slider off a couple of weeks ago. You might have it already. So let me know, and please contact me back. I'm talking to the person that I sent the in-case slider to. Let me know if you shipped that case out or not, so I can know if I can look at so I can know if I should look in the mail for it, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. Peace. Please stick around. Comment, rate, subscribe. Giveaway's still going. You guys should go check that out whenever you get a chance. Giveaway video on my channel. Just look for huge Christmas giveaway. I might have a link for that in the video description if you guys want to go check that out. It's got a lot of iPod Touch stuff, even got some iPhone 1st gen stuff in there, iPhone 3rd gen, 3G, and 3GS stuff in there. Go ahead and check it out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Peace. This is just a little review.